pick a teamfight comp. It's very clear what you do. You go in with Rel, follow up with Wukong, you layer your damage and your CC on top. That's it. That's the whole comp. And DK, that's a 1-for-1 comp if I've ever seen one. I guess they'll swap now here, but they get Dragon for it as well. I think you take that if you're DK. I think you're pretty happy with that whole sequence of events.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first Drake Ocean, always something we talk about is very good for the lanes. Going to make Showmaker's life a lot easier. It's going to make the guy who gets swapped on's life a lot easier. Play well in team fights and objectives. You know, it has a certain level of difficulty, as Chronicler was talking about. So definitely going to be something to look forward to. Maybe this is just another composition to help practice that exact thing, as we do have a little bit of a skirmish here. Not really amounting to too much, though. No real action, as it is going to be 2 that do go over to DRX, though. So that is what Lucid is saying right now. That is what DK are saying. We do have Sponge on the way. No Cyclone. And
Shiwu has TP, and Rich does not.
We're going to have the Rel ult here in 5 seconds, so that's an opportunity.
I don't know if they should contest. Also, Lucid's ultimate is almost up.
All right, well, they're going to contest, as in we go. That is a big combo, but the Braum value comes in for the MF, but still a ton of damage done to Lucid, as he is going to die to the final rock from the Talia. First blood goes over to Yehu, and now DRX in a pretty good spot. Blast forward, though, from Showmaker, wants to get the kill. And even though the man advantage goes over to Yehu, and DRX, the cards! Not quite going to land. And with the amount of damage that is done, it looks like DRX can't quite stay on the Dragon. As DK is going to start up the Dragon on Vision again. They say, okay, we're doing the Dragon, guys. There's nothing you can do about it. DRX say, yes, we can.
Can they do? Well, might be too late.
That, as looking for the yellow card, not going to come through. We do have the Cyclone this time, as Lucid just kind of stands there, tries to turn it around, goes in, but now he's going to go down. We got a TP coming in from Shiwu, as this right from DK, not the best, as Shiwu is just bouncing around, trying to dodge the MF ult, but he's alone. As he flashes away, looks like he barely will get away, and now the poke is coming out from Aiming and Showmaker. Looking a lot like the last fight, actually. Apparently, so is DK and Shiwu. We do have a fight here on the Rift Heralds, maybe.
Showmaker is definitely going to TP in. They're going to look for the contest here.
We'll see if they actually get here in time to fight. Lucid in position, but the wall is there. Barrel's just going to block that, so another use for the Braum in this comp. Has no wall, but it is going to be smited down, and the Magnet combo with the bullet time is pretty good, but they're not going to get any kills until just now. Lucid goes down, and Shiwu kind of separated from the rest of the team. Doesn't have his flash. He's going to go down. Now Showmaker and Aiming once again left alone, trying to pick off the pieces, but they just cannot. 2 more kills for DRX.
With this TF, who, by the way, also 0-0-0 in the game thus far.
Bit of zoning there, not sure about that. Yeah, a lot of circles down here, and I think Rich is going to get the worst end of the circles. A lot of needles do go in, though. Another gold card, finally, and a bit of burst damage here from Shiwu gets the job done. Showmaker now can sit here, but this Drake is going to go over to DRX at least. But DK should be able to catch up a bit in gold.
Turret going down will be nice here. I do think that that was a good call from DK. But normally, this point is supposed to be where you're already a good amount of gold up, and that's where you cash in the fact that you have a Dragon advantage. You will not be getting the early soul point. I don't know if Lucid also finished his cleaver, but that would be big, as the fight, I think, is imminent, and this is going to be a game-breaking point here. There's RFC done.
Yeah, RFC done is gigantic. The boots purchased here for Yehu, but that's not really a full item, so they don't really have great position on it, though. They're kind of like sitting behind the wall and pulling it out, and it's not really... Okay, well, it's going to just reset, and everybody's taking a bunch of damage to their resistances. Now, Shiwu did get poked out big time.
Yeah, and he doesn't have TP, so he's going to have to go for a base. This might be the opportunity that DRX were looking for.
I mean, he can't base if they want to fight for this. He is going to stay, so it looks like DK...
Oh, just flipping?
Just gonna flip it. We got a wall in here, but that's not going to stop Lucid from being in, as now the Gwen's going to go forward. Anvil nearly dies, so no engage from him, and now the combo comes out from only Teddy, and there's a ton of damage being done here by DK. The Otacon did go over through the side of DRX, but now the gold cards are flying, and it looks like Yehu will bite the dust as well. 2 kills for DK, and only the Otacon to show for it here for DRX.
Losing the fight, losing a turret, and losing soul point. feels like we've seen so many teams taking Otacon. So your front line isn't nearly as beefy, and with that, a soul point there for DK. Not a win enough to break the game, but
teams just can't seem to figure it out, and it is unfortunate. If you play it perfectly, like, there are definitely ways to bait your team in. As speaking of which, little bait on Elucid, who desperately wants a blue buff, and he'll get it and then die. Now we got a fight here. Teddy is going to be poked out by Showmaker, but now he's in a bad spot, trying to run away. He's going to go down. That's a shutdown here. As Ingo Shu, desperate for a kill, just giving himself away, and gives the kill to Teddy too. With the Baron available, DK just say, here, take 3 kills.
not just 3 kills, there might be Baron as well.
Look at the fans. They're like, what the hell was that?
Look at the faces of DK. I don't think they know, but DRX say thank you very much. Gold lead evaporated. And they talked about this. If someone's jaywalk, just let them jaywalk. Just leave. But DK, they couldn't help themselves. And that's Nash going over to DRX. Especially the good LPL teams get a way worse rap than they deserve for when they pick their fights. In this case, though, these fight decisions are not. They don't hold up to scrutiny, Valdez. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But it does make for some very funny gameplay. As now,
yeah, not really an opportunity.
Showmaker does have ult.
Too much, and we have TP coming in now, just in case. DRX want to fight. There's the engage. They're going to find 2. It's the front line, but bunch of damage goes down. The first to go down, though, is Andil. Shu in the front line just gets ripped to shreds. But down will go Sponge. Goes a little bit too far ahead of his team there. Still, Dragon is taken by DRX.
Instead, Rich scaling nicely as I think DRX, this is a fine call. If you commit the other way, and if you make sure that you don't actually take a fight in the small and close spaces, there's the flank.
Yeah, there's the fight as they get on in the front line. It's just burning down. Lucid with the Southern Sky will survive for a little bit. Shu finally gets here with his ult. Not really going to do enough. They're trying to get on top of Teddy here, but they're going too deep for this once again. Reminds me of a certain different fight we had earlier on in this game, but Aiming is really the one guy who's the savior of this team. Unfortunately, Yehu is a bit more fed, and no knockup is going to hit, but Barrel will still bite the dust. Bit of damage from Aiming, but Yehu kind of holds on to the play, and they'll look at Baron again.
Showmaker is going to TP in with Death Cap done. Aiming. Does his ult find the mark? A lot of damage.
Oh, Sponge.
I think they're fine, though. Andil can engage as well. And this is just gone.
See the ult to the top side, the Destiny not going to work for Showmaker, and that is just a full Baron over to DRX. Is going to be even better.
It's DK that have set up. If they can get this Dragon, it would still be big.
Yeah, if you keep tabs on Andil and you poke them down and you don't get caught out, like, DK still have a chance, even with this gold deficit. There are opportunities.
Poke is hitting. Andil's low. They have Sponge as well, though, as a secondary tool.
All right, Luce is going to stay on the left side of the wall here. Shu gets a ton of damage done to him. He goes down without doing anything. And Lucid as well, just going to burn, and the damage from DRX is just too large. And DK cannot handle it at all. DRX win the fight again in a huge way.
I want to see that damage done from Teddy.
Jeez.
Anything can be done, and DRX kind of knew with how the team fight started out, but looks like they are going to bring down the Nexus here in game number 1. Maybe not now. I don't know. It's DRX. They might be like, no. We're not risking it for the Dragon. So if you won that, you know, that's up in 2 minutes. Could be a good angle. I don't think DK have the items to really match.
Oh. Trying to collapse here on a Rich. Just going to get inside the mist as Rich turns on a Showmaker. He's like, you want to go, buddy? Let's go. Showmaker says, never mind, I'm going to flash away.
He's still a stopwatch.
Yeah, he's still a stopwatch.
As if you, like, trade Baron. Oh, that doesn't really do too much. If you trade Baron for Soul, I do think Soul is still crazy.
It feels like both teams don't want Soul. Okay. Just going to go for the Baron then. And the timing of this is 10 seconds before the Drake is even around. And there's the turn. Finally comes through. And Lucid pops like a balloon. Just gone. And is now 0-7. And they don't have a jungler. As down goes DK in this fight in a big way. DRX once again super clean. The engages from Andil's Rel have been excellent. Showmaker trying to push mid. And, well, he's going to do a bunch of damage. but I don't know if he's getting out of there. And now we got a little fight trying to get on top of Sponge, as that is a bunch of damage coming out from aiming. That's a kill, but aiming's got to go on to everyone. Teddy flashing in, just gonna take him down, and aiming slowed up, gonna get stunned up multiple times. And it looks like he is Ezreal, so he gets away, but not very clean.
Getting a little silly with it, but it looks like DRX still undisturbed, win the fight, they get the Nash. Soul gonna go their way as well.
Again, spit a poke here from Yehu, and now a wall to come down. And essentially just get the free turret, and very safely at that, you know? They could have just kind of bulldozed their way through, but gonna utilize the wall to get it done. Teddy's gonna chip away at the inhibitor with the cannon minion. And Rich is in mid. Same lane assignments. You're not collapsing onto Rich. It's not happening. With Sonya's and Banshee Veil, you're just not killing. It's not a thing. Not at this point in the game. As really just waiting for DRX's engage. Well, they see it leaving.
Okay.
Showmaker is pushing bot, but smartly, Rich is already there.
So what is the counterpunch, DK? Is it try and hope that they flip Elder, which they won't because they have 2 open inhibs, so I still don't like this, Veldas.
It's okay, they have an ocean drink. All right, the engage comes in, and it's Lucian and Barrel again. They get caught up in this, but they don't get the kills. Now they're gonna get the kills. Okay, just a little bit delayed, and I think the power level of DRX right now is just overwhelming. And yeah, DRX, they get a couple of kills. No jungler, just take the Elder now.
Oh, Barrel with the second smite, not gonna find it. Showmaker, I don't think he can make his way in.
If you give him 8 seconds, nah, not gonna happen. Okay, Exodia completed.
A minute and a half, DK.
She was pushing mid.
It's fine, just hold that for a minute and a half. Oh, no.
Okay, they're gonna try to end.
Okay, but there's 2 people.
There are 2 people and no Baron!
And they're playing
Baron! Okay, well, I mean, that was their last choice, right?
They have to try something.
That was a nice little gambit here from the side of DK. It's not gonna work. It's very funny, though. They're just gonna fight here 2v2. Yehu's flashing.
Get him! Get him, DK!
Get him, Yehu! Yeah! Okay, not gonna happen. GG, DRX, take down the Nexus.
For DRX, I don't even think that this comp falls off late game, right? Because there is so much upfront burst you have available. But the mid game, the agency that Sponge is going to have, when looking at the comp that DRX has, where they pull the trigger on anyone and you just kind of die if your response isn't perfect.
Yeah.
If the layering is good. The disengage from DK is crazy, though.
Did Showmaker really get baited by that? Did he really get baited by that? He thought it was just the Nico. It was Sponge, too. And as Onda leaves, Sponge swings in, stops the dash away from the Azir.
But that, I think, is a bit more of a burden of execution on DK, which they were not able to match in game on as DRX. Very confident, as they should be.
Yeah.
Taking the objective here. Should be able to rotate aiming over earlier, but Showmaker is still in mid.
Yeah, it looks like DK have just elected not to really fight for this. I mean, Lucid, he's not going to get in range to smite. He doesn't have his mid laner. Showmaker says, I'm going to push in the wave. I need to catch up.
This is one of the games, though, where we'll forgive the team that is just, like, letting them take everything. Because, like, what, almost 11 minutes in? As a first rake, that's fine. I don't think you're too bothered if you're DK. You're looking and you're going, first item, maybe. Second item, that's when we start cooking.
Yeah, farming.
You know, the more I think about it, the karma is also something that, as we get deeper into the game, is actually going to have a lot of mitigating impacts. All
right, Ondel just going to run straight into them and die. As a nice little hide on bush effective from Lucid. Didn't expect him to be that deep.
Bingo, is DK doing a good job of turning the prio that they have into actual picks? At least in that instance, are they going to actually fight? I think they have the position to. It's about absorbing the initial blow. They're so slow, though.
Yeah, very slow. And the freeze here on the Lucid, and the triple knockup from the side of Ondil just keeps them all locked up. And this is looking just like game 1, where Lucid gets caught, dies immediately on the turn on the objective. And once again, DRX, a very nice win in the fight, although she was going to get this entire turret. But they'll lose mid-turret, you would have to think here.
Yeah, with the Herald, for sure. Shiu, I've seen this one before!
Well,
I guess he's fine this time, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, they're still going to stick around for this one. They're just going to fight on a Shiu, and, well, he's going to try to flash as well, and he is absolutely not fine, Chronicler. So a very nice and effective caster curse from you.
Okay,
that's going to be the
real.
end of Shiu.
I was being quizzical and did not think he would actually survive, because that is the second time we've seen Shiu do that.
I was like, oh, they're heralding mid.
Yep.
Maybe we just, like, our brains thought 100% they were going to use it, so we just heard it at the same time.
It still worked. Now that they are a member up, as the Herald is it was actually...
Yeah, it was taken by Ye. Yeah. And he doesn't have TP, so I think that's part of why DK are just like, well, we can just take this objective.
And then they rotate up.
It's Chemtech Soul.
I think that's actually not bad for DK. I'm not even joking.
Oh, a little engaged here, but we got the cleanse on Aiming, who is going to take a ton of damage from Teddy. Nearly takes his head off, and the two of them just have to run away.
Even if you do... I guess you're quirky. I guess it's not too bad. As Shield, you are alone.
Yep, he's alone.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Some friends, but I think they're going to be late, and the amount of CC that's here is just way too much. Lucid is going to CC the Gromp, though, so he did that.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to join at that point.
Yeah, he obviously. I'm just So yeah, that's going to be Shiu caught out once again. Sponge, awkward spot for him. He's going to be stunned up. Little Impale comes in, and Sponge, maybe a little bit overconfident, gives a shutdown to the 2-0 now Sivir.
Now that is some Rise Group gameplay right there. That's the stuff right there. That just makes you wonder.
That's the stuff, yeah.
And it's not.
Oh.
It's like the concentrate, and it's
I was getting so excited.
No, that's
like, yeah.
No. That's the real kicker.
Sending it into Otacon. And DK say...
They're going to get 2 turrets?
You can have it. I don't think they're going to get 2 turrets, Chronicler. I think they're only going to get 1. And they gave away the Otacon for free. So, DRX, that was a fantastic idea, honestly.
So, speak.
I mean, that is the thing. It is the real thing. We just had to find the right words to describe it.
We all knew. So they get the dragon.
It's 1 Chemtech.
Okay, but even this, man, I'm telling you, they could have easily contested this. Like,
yeah, but for DRX, they've been so careful this entire day.
True.
I feel like they're just like, nah, it's not perfect. Let's back away.
In these later game scenarios.
Yeah. I'm not getting excited for a fight yet. I know we're 24 minutes. Okay, right as I say that, they're just diving Rich. He's just dead. Maybe I should have been excited for a fight. Nice little play there from Shiu. Rich absolutely not expecting 4 people to be there. Trying to set up something on a Showmaker. There you go. It's going to miss, though. And maybe still a bit of damage to go in. They're just pushing mid, though, at the same time and keeping this wave safe. So even if they don't get Showmaker, they're going to get the turret. And that's really what they came for. Nice little root onto Mr. Maker.
They were fine in that made very subpar calls.
Yeah. One thing I will say about Shiu is that even though he made a couple of silly mistakes in this game, he never really seems to get affected by any of that. Like, he seems to have a pretty strong mental, even though he hasn't been playing at his top level nowadays. He's still able to pull out some really big plays, so that's good. And also, we talked about aiming in Game 1. He didn't really get an opportunity to carry in that one. Might get it in this one, as now they engage here onto Ondil. Meanwhile, Shiu is getting incredibly low. And we got TPs coming in, tons of damage into the Zambesa. And Yehu's shield! No, it's not gonna happen! The shield comes out and saves his life. That's now flash in from Lucid. He's taking so much, and there goes Ondil. Gonna get the knockup and immediately die. And kind of baits his team as well. Sponge just on the run.
Which we're not getting. So, I guess they just get Drake for free. Interesting.
This is how much value Chemtech Drake.
Okay.
Chemtech Drake.
No. But we say that. But the enemy team does have. I want to go. Do we have Ambessa?
All right. Another 2% on the way.
On a wave.
Oh, this is a lot more than 2%. As they're going to zone away Teddy. You don't even need Baron for this. I mean, it's just Teddy and Ondil in mid, so you're not really.
Sponge? Oh.
DRX should have been trying to do this for a while, and now Shiu is.
There's only one way to go.
Okay, just going to go in onto Teddy.
What did you show?
All right, well, they still have a ton of damage into this Zambesa, but they're not going to get the kill, and the shield comes through. As now we got the ult through from Yahoo. It is gigantic. As now Showmaker, though, on the disengage, gets Sponge down. Yehu also going to be zoned away, but Lucid taking a bunch from Teddy. And now it might just be the show of the 80 carries and the scaling as in goes Rich. He's got the Sonya's and Lucid's going to go down. In with the Valkyrie goes Teddy is insane. And that was a little bit too far too forward. Yehu was just hanging out in the lane. Was not part of this at all. And is not going to be part of it anymore.
Oh, I'm going to assume Yehu tried to sustain off. I think it was really low and tried to sustain off the wave, which is why he wasn't there. And then here, obviously they want to extend the play, which I think is the right call, but then Rich toasts them. I'm actually shocked by how well Barrel played that fight out. I think actually doing a really good job with the shielding, dodging a lot of the
all right.
They got Soul and DRX, pull the trigger again.
Yeah, they're just going to say, okay, we can get this Baron, but it's on Vision and they don't seem to care. They're just going to try to zone them away or maybe look for a turn. I don't know. They don't seem to have any plan as in goes Siu. And now the turn comes in. It's totally going to miss. Barrel takes a bunch of damage. Andil gets the knock up into the front line. Siu gets away, though. And Rich isn't really there. Comes down to a flip, and it goes over to Lucid. The smite gets it to 93. And that is not 0. That is not going to get you the objective. DK win a giant fight 35 minutes in. And they might just win the game right here.
Bit of a slugfest, but in the end, DK will bring us to that game number 3, as they have so often gone towards. Chemtech saw actually, I think, doing some heavy lifting for Showmaker there. He got low, but it will be DK in this next one. DRX, even with that composition, couldn't quite fight the angles. I think Rich really struggling on the Rumble as well. And another long game, 35 minutes. We will be going to that game number 3, Valdez. Good Lord, Morgan himself have a legit 1v9 performance.
But
I also think that DK has sucked playing around it, and ever since it's just been only bangers.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Only bangers. Early Ocean Drake for DK, just like game 1.
That's big. I was about to say, we should not be letting DK just get all these objectives for free, and we might be getting a little fight on our hands here early on. Ooh. Fun.
Cassiopeia.
No fun. We're gonna take this, and then we're gonna, oh, Barrel!
Okay, Barrel says, we're having fun! He's up a level on Andil, and he has his ultimate. And, okay, Jin. And meanwhile, we got a fight in bot lane. Shu trying to, he doesn't care about Rich. He's like, you're out of mana, I've got sustain. Flash forward, Chain's gonna totally miss. And, yeah, I don't know, guys. We're just not hitting anything. Nobody's hitting anything, and nobody's dying. And
there's a lot of stuff that's happening. I don't understand most of it. So, attempted early reset train for DK. Nicely played by Andil, actually able to knock Lucid away. In hindsight, I think Lucid ulted over the wall. Oh no, we jumped the shark. We're just redoing it.
Yeah.
Oh, triple TP. Does that mean nothing happens?
Well, Sponge is here.
He is.
He's yeah, they have Cho'Gath.
That's Cho'Gath.
They still do have Cho'Gath.
That's Cho'Gath.
It's Chemtech Soul, by the way. And
I guess we're just letting him die?
Yeah. That's Cho'Gath.
That was Cho'Gath.
That's just Cho'Gath things. It's kind of close.
Not too bad. I'll take it.
The idea is the same. That we didn't have any action until randomly somebody died as, okay, a little rude here on a Sponge. Teddy takes a giant shot to the head as now a bunch of damage goes to Barrel, as that's what I'm talking about. He's just going to die in all these fights, and no reset comes through because there's just not enough damage. If it's 5v5, like maybe the Viego gets resets, but if it's 3v3, the Nautilus just dies.
Sponge when he snowballs. And then if they get the turret here as well, and that turret I think is taken because Showmaker just got bullied in the lane. He had to back. But to that point he already had Sundered Sky, but even if he didn't, he's still pretty beefy and hard to lock down as objective.
Right. Trying to go for a fight here once again as Barrel does get bullied, has to flash away. TP's coming in from the Cho'Gath, and I think it might just be another episode of Leave the Cho'Gath to Die. As, yeah, that will be the case. The Scion gets the kill. So Rich gets that. And, yeah, the Rift Herald picked up here by Lucid at least. And 86 on his Heartsteel. That was not close. And now the engage goes in on a Barrel, who again is nearly gonna die. And oh, the angle here is excellent from Rich. He's gonna take down Aiming, who is right in the front. And now he's right below them on the floor. So another kill goes to DRX. almost 3,000 gold ahead, and they'll get another Drake.
Showmaker does have an ult, but I don't really think they can go for this. We'll see if they actually want to try and fight. Herald dropped in mid. A lot of resources were invested there for DRX, but the health bars for them are still looking good. DK, you can see them contemplate.
Oh, the flash on a 3 is huge here from Ondil. And the follow-up is big as well. They get the kill on a barrel. And yeah, DK, they just keep wanting to go in. And another combo comes out from Ondil. A bunch of damage there. We finally got the reset, but the knockup comes in. Lucid barely on any health, and he's gonna finally get those resets in. As Lucid, he found his angle. We were waiting so long for it to happen. And now the Viego is finally popping off. Picks up the 1 kill and wins the fight. DK are right back in it.
That was a very thin margin to flip the game. If that play backfires, I think they just straight up lose. I'm not even joking, because then Lucid and Showmaker both die. That'll be the end of it. Yeah, valid point, actually.
I think if he hooks, he dies. And he might not even get to hook here. Okay, just gonna get rooted down and dies. So that's gonna be the end of barrel for the 3rd time. And now we got the engage coming in from the top side here. Rich locking down the Togon. Shu in a bunch of trouble, has to flash away. They're coming on in. They're looking for that angle. Alistair ult taken here by Showmaker. Wants to just go straight in, and that he will. They're looking to turn, and it's only damage into Cho'Gath, and it's not enough. Meanwhile, Showmaker's just in that back line with the Unbreakable Will, but it climbs out, and the knockup is gigantic. But Lucid here, gonna start to get those resets. Get the engage on the Alistair. Looks so clean on this Viego tonight. And he will be able to help his team collect the Otacon once again on a very close fight.
Otacon going the way of DK. Is back and forth, not done just yet. Rich almost turned that one around. Multi-man and knock up there. I think again, their counter engage is good, but there is a flank angle here for Showmaker.
Yeah, the flank is going to be pretty massive.
They know now.
It's coming in from the right side, and it's kind of locked by Ondil. And now they're just engaging on a Cho once again. They might have the damage, but the hook comes in on a Yehu. But can they actually take him out? Yes, they can. And now it's resets for Lucid once again. They find the 1 target, and they just burst down the rest of the comp. DRX just get routed and can't do anything about it.
And normally, Cho'Gath is the one feasting, but he's bait. 2 fights in a row now. Just gets targeted down, but guys, that's Cho'Gath. I know he's not doing so hot, he's 0-4, but still, he's happy because while that happens, Beryl finds backline access onto Ye, who ends up going down on the Casio. That is a damage Viego build, okay?
Yeah. Well, the hook doesn't have to hit. That's what Beryl is teaching us here tonight. And Sponge gonna be pretty low, but Beryl even lower. As down he will go. And again, I told you guys this is what's just going to happen with the Nautilus. It's his job.
Start to Showmaker.
All right, that's, ooh, very, very close. That was a fully charged one as well.
Why are we fighting this DK?
We're just fighting, okay. Tons of damage in the Sponge. And it kind of works out. Big follow-up comes in, and the damage goes into Shu once again, and nobody can lock down Showmaker, who's got the Alistair ult, and everything went into Shu once again as the resets come through.
Yehu!
He's very low, and Yehu has not been touched at all, and neither has Teddy. And Aiming's like, okay, I'm going to just push them away, just hold on to this bush. And DRX will be in a fantastic spot. Now Aiming, nearly loses his life to just 1 combo from Teddy. Meanwhile, Lucid's on the left side. Shu gonna get knocked up.
Does not flash!
Lucid's nowhere to be found. They can't go into this engage at all. Shu just dies for free. And this looks much better from DRX.
The soul denied. DRX will get that. Shu goes down again. His flash almost available, but very clear that they are still just in that brush. So,
yeah.
Have to kind of question the decision making here, but DRX also not letting them get away with it. It's consistently these fights as Rich gets another kill. That man that's a Rich sign right there.
Well,
yeah, but look how much damage they have. I think they actually could have gotten it had they been a little bit quicker on the trigger. TP comes in. I think they have to disengage, and it looks like they know Showmaker looking for a flank.
They definitely have to. They have to look for the turn, as now looking for Yehu. They want Yehu. Barrel's going to go down, but that is understandable. Showmaker's in the back line. Wants to get on top of Teddy now, doing a ton of damage just by himself, as the knockaway is huge, but it's not going to stop Lucid from getting in.
He didn't get the reset!
He immediately goes down. That is gigantic, but look at aiming. Totally untouched, and Yehu's too low. Nobody is alive that deals damage on the side of DRX except Zombie Scion, I guess. Okay, aiming, you really have to respect the Zombie Scion. We were just talking about this. Nearly dies to him trying to get the kill on the backside.
Aiming, when I said I wanted more ults, that's not what I meant! Not what I was talking about!
I mean, they have Cho. They have Cho, so you just take the objective and make it work. Now, what happens after the objective? Okay, they're gonna run away. And no, DK says we want to fight. They're gonna get the root down here on Rich. He is getting poked down a decent amount. And now we finally have that Jhin ult coming out here. This is the one you meant. A Sponge might go into that GA. Final shot goes into Yehu, and he's just not able to do damage. They're just being run down until the first domino to fall. It looks like the Miasma gonna stop Lucid from doing any other shenanigans, but they got the Baron.
That's also setting up for a possible soul here on DK. That might have been it. The redo on that fight as Barrel goes in.
the bait of all time. Gonna get the GA and maybe the Sponge. Looking for it, and yes, they will absolutely get the Sponge. I think aiming hit the cone instead of the Sponge, which would have just gotten the job done anyway.
Barrel dies to poison, which feels very apt, but I don't think it matters. I think that might have been the breaking point there, Valdez.
Well, they know they can't end the game, so they just leave 2 to take the inhibitor, and aiming and Xiu to come over and feast. Xiu, by the way, only on 5 stacks. So,
yeah,
didn't even get up to 6.
About to be 6.
Yeah, 6 stacks, 36 minutes in. Weird one. And they're just getting in there with the Baron. It's a very big Red Bull Baron power play, up to about 4,400. Take it down fully. They're trying to get rid of that one cannon minion. They can't quite do it. Looks like they finally did. As now they're just gonna run in and...
Oh god, that auto.
One shot the turret and back away.
Was that like... I'm not sure, I didn't see the time. It looked like it was Xiu with...
Doesn't really matter as long as he plays safe from here.
I do feel like he keeps walking into flags, which he probably doesn't have to do.
Yeah. Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe just trying to bait them. Not sure. As this time, once again, definitely trying to fight here and trying to bait them into this, I suppose. Xiu getting incredibly low. He's going to go for the feast there on a Ridge, and he takes basically forever to die.
No!
But Showmaker's not here as the engage comes in onto Andil. And he's getting incredibly low, and finally Showmaker's coming on in. He's going to immediately steal that Alistar ultimate, and now he's unkillable under the turret, just chasing down Teddy, who is alone. Should be able to get this disengaged cone, but still.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Really, it's the Elder.
Still feast it.
Yes.
Or, no, maybe he wants to save the cooldown. Okay, that's smarter.
I think, I'm not going to lie, at this level.
It probably would be out, but...
Be possible to go wrong. I love this, though. Showmaker obviously wins his 1v1, and he just gets to keep on pushing. Use the Baron buff. I don't think Rich can clear.
Don't even have to take the Elder at all. just go for the base. And
well, they are.
They're going to try to force it because they kind of have to. The engage. Oh, down goes Andil immediately. Just not even able to put his ult on as he gets CC down, I suppose.
They don't have feast, though.
They don't have feast? Okay, just going to come down to a good old smite fight. Who's going to get it? Looking for Yehu in the back line, and that's the jungler of DK gone.
Wait, Sponge is alive!
Sponge, he's got an opportunity, but does he have the damage? Yes, he does. He gets the Elder. But the game might still be over as the fight was won heavily by DK, and they're looking for the end.
That's Rise Group, baby! Xiu uses the feast to kill the Alistar, which means in turn that Rich and an Elder buff alone are trying to hold on.
You just knew it would be an Elder flip in this one. We just had to have it for the culture. And now the Scion is just trying to hold the wave, and it's just so sad. Rich is going to go down, and not even Zombie Scion can stop the inevitable here. He's going to get a pretty high damage number. And you know what? I mean, Alistar... No, he's dead too. That's going to do it. We got the Zonias coming in. DK having some fun, but they get it done in a 45-minute Game 3 banger.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.